This is how we are using ChatGPT in our Shopify clothing stores today. Well, everyone, my name is Christian, and here I want to show you the exact prompts that we're using to generate content for your stores. ChatGPT is as good as the prompt that you give it. So that's why in this video, I want to sort of focus on that specifically. Throughout the video, I'm going to be showing you the secret to making great prompts. Also, I guess at this point, I'm assuming everyone knows about ChatGPT, but if you don't know, that it's just a powerful AI tool that generates human-like written content that you can use, and it's original, and let's get into it. So the first place is product description. Product descriptions is something that a lot of people sometimes ignore, or if they don't, then they just have like 3 little bullet points and they call it a day. I think product descriptions are super important, especially for SEO purposes, especially for people who just need that extra sort of it's almost like a comfort thing, right? Where like you want to know who this product is for, what this product is doing, when can I use this product, etc. So product descriptions are super important. So I'm going to go into ChatGPT here. Obviously, you can create an account for yourself, so you can actually experience this, but I'm at chat.openai.com. You can also go to just ai.com and it'll pull this up. This is very simply a chat. So for product descriptions, you can simply do something like this. So you can do write a product description for a blue shirt. As you can see, now we're on the 3rd paragraph here. 4 paragraphs, wow. So as you can see, like if you don't give it a lot of instruction, it's just gonna sort of take what you give it and just like run far. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different paragraphs for one product description. So at a glance, doing something like this is just not good, right? I mean, it's good because you get all this content, but at the same time, like just because it's giving you all this doesn't mean that you should use all this. So I think when it comes to product descriptions, what you need to be doing, and even moving forward with any of the prompts that you write for ChatGPT to get any content, is you want to be as specific as possible. So for product descriptions, my recommendation would be to write a 75-word product description for a blue button-down collared shirt with 50/50 polyester cotton. As you can see, this prompt is way more specific in terms of the length of it. We're also giving it the type of shirt. We're also giving it some of the details, right, of the shirt, the fact that it's a 50/50 polyester cotton blend, etc. So by doing it this way, now we actually get a much better product description for our Shopify store. So this one says, looking for a comfortable and stylish shirt that you can wear to work or on the weekend. So again, it's sort of hitting on all those things, and also including the fact that it has a 50/50 polyester blend. So if you can include that information about the product, if you have that information about the product, and you can include it in here, it doesn't even have to be pretty, right? You just have to have sort of like the bullet points of the product description, and it will actually write it out for you. Best practice is really to stay between the 50 to 150 words per product description. So something like this is actually really nice. You can also do something like, depending on your brand, you want to use different tones. So think about using words like sophisticated or educational or playful, witty, daring, expert, etc. You can just add that right within here. So the prompt may look like, write a 75-word product description for a blue cotton blah, 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 and then say, and make it educational, or and make it playful, or insert a joke, somewhere in there. That might not be super helpful, but by indicating the tonality of the product description, you can actually get something completely different in here that may match your brand even a little bit better. Now, another thing that I want to make sure that you do is, I think it's good to grab the product description paragraph from ChatGPT, and also obviously you want to read it over, make sure that everything makes sense, make sure that again it is using sort of your tone of voice as well. And then I would also recommend doing the bullet points when it comes to product descriptions. So you could even ask ChatGPT, right, to write me a 75 word product description, and bullet points on these things. The fact that, it's a soft shirt, I don't know, the model is wearing X, Y, and Z. So just kind of like those details or those specifications, right, for the actual product right underneath that marketing paragraph. That's important for scannability. A lot of people are just interested on looking at like what the product is made out of, where is it coming from, what the model is actually wearing, so they can kind of gauge on whether or not they want this product. So that's going to be super important. Now, I also want to say that Shopify is adding a built-in tool to help you with product descriptions. And I do want to show you how that looks because I have it available here on this store. So here we have a 18 karat gold and silver shooting star earrings. Very simply, we have on this product description, it says star earrings available in stainless steel or gold-plated stainless steel, very lightweight. As you can see, this little purple little stars, it says auto write. You can click on that. And then it's going to give you or ask you to list the product features and keywords. At least ask you for at least two, and it gives you two examples: so organic cotton and relaxed fit. So I'm going to put, I don't know, 18 karat gold earrings, and then let's just do very lightweight. And then here, just as I talked about the tonality, you could also change that right within here. So you can do expert, supportive, persuasive, daring, playful, sophisticated, right within here. So let's just do playful, auto write. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually using the same technology as ChatGPT. I guess technology as a whole, yes, because it's generating text, so that's what ChatGPT is. But I don't know if they're actually using ChatGPT for this. So it says sparkle like a shooting star with its 18 karat gold and silver earrings. It won't weigh you down. Wow, yeah, that's actually really, really nice. It looks like it's also taken into consideration not just what I wrote as far as product features and keywords, but the actual name of the product and actually the product category and any other photography, the tags, the collections. It's sort of taken all these little things into consideration when writing that product description. So that's actually really, really nice. If you have this feature available, I'm not entirely sure on which account, but it seems to be the Shopify account and forward that have this feature, or it may be just select stores right now as they're testing this. But this is actually going to be really nice for store owners like yourself. But if you don't have this available, you can always just go to ChatGPT. It's free. Just type in those prompts. You get the response, copy and paste it into your product descriptions. I also want to say, if you're not entirely satisfied, then stick around to the end of this video where I want to talk about another tool that will actually rewrite the content from ChatGPT, or even this one right here that Shopify came out with. It's actually really cool, and you can do a lot of different things with it. Now, the next thing that you can do is product titles. So based on the product description, you can actually continue the conversation with ChatGPT. That's one of the best things about it. Like back in the day, when these AI tools used to come out, they weren't able to sort of recall what you had talked to them previously. But with ChatGPT, you can do that. So you can actually get things from information that it's already given you before. So for example, right within this thread that I have here with ChatGPT, I can say like, okay, now write me a product title for that product. And it says classic blue button down collared shirt with 50 polyester cotton blend. So again, it's taking all the information that I've given it so far to do that. Now, when it comes to things like this, product titles or something that's very short and simple, I would say best practice is to ask for several ideas. I would say the sweet spot is between 5 to 10. So it would be more of a write me 10 options for a product title. So let's try that. And it's just gonna do its thing, right? So it's gonna start with timeless, blue button, versatile. It's actually doing like a lot of just adjectives to the front. But I mean, I guess, yeah, they're all a little bit different, just slightly. But still, the great thing about this is that you can ask for multiple options, right? Same with the product descriptions. Like if you're not happy with the first one, you could literally type in, retry it again, or like try again, but with X, Y, and Z. So if you're never satisfied, just kind of keep trying and keep adding more information to the prompt in order to get the desired result that you want. Obviously, this is not like the fact that Shopify is adding it built in is amazing, because otherwise you would have to do this where, I would actually maybe even have like a page, a Google Doc or a note where you have all these prompts already written out for you. You're just copying and pasting and then adding just a little bit of information about that particular product, getting the information, copy and pasting it back. So it's a little bit of an operation, right? It takes time. It's not automatic and it's not necessarily perfect, but it does cut down time tremendously, especially if you want some good product titles and good product descriptions on your store. Now, before we proceed, bienvenidos. I am Christian Piñon, co-founder here at Bit Branding. As an e-commerce growth agency, we specialize in helping clothing stores grow and scale profitably online. Don't miss out on our new weekly videos. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications so you stay in the loop. Now, the third thing that you can use ChatGPT for is blog posts. I mean, a lot of you might not even be doing blog posts right now because they're time consuming, because they're hard, but they are super, super important. They're important for organic growth, SEO, and just to actually provide useful information for your customers. That's super important. So what you can do with blog posts is you can even start with just doing keyword research right within here. And you can do things like write me a 200 to 400 word blog post on X, Y, and Z. So you can do things like, let's do the keyword research. So as you can see, I very simply just put, give me keywords for my blog that I can use for my women's clothing store in Texas, right? Again, going back to the beginning of this video, you want to make sure that you're inputting the most information that you can for them. You want to give ChatGPT the most context that you can so that it can actually give you some of the best prompts and some of the best answers, right? So for something like this, then you see Texas inspired outfits, for example, number 4. So then you can actually go in and say, write me I would say 200 to 400 words on, so you can just simply grab some of those keywords and then put it in here as the prompt. So write me a blog post with 200 to 400 words on Texas inspired outfits. It's just like awesome. It's like, sure, here's a blog post, right? So, so it says Texas inspired outfits, how to add a sudden flair to your wardrobe. And it's just gonna do its thing. It's gonna write the blog post for you. Obviously, if you already have ideas for blog posts, maybe, you know, how to style a black hoodie or how timeless black hoodies can be styled with anything, right? Like if you already have some ideas on things that you know that you want to talk about, it's just a matter of giving it a little bit of the information, giving it some of the context, the fact that, you know, you are a Shopify store. That obviously, if you already have ideas in Texas, like all those little things will help it create the blog post that you need. So because it's going to add those things. The other thing is also going back to the beginning of this video where we talked about the tonality. So the tonality is also going to be very important, and you can add that within the prompt, right? You could say like, and make it playful or make it very educational. And there it is. So we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have about 6 paragraphs right there. Just a nice little blog post that we can do for our Texas inspired outfits for our Shopify store. So you can do this like very, very easily. And again, stick around to the end because there's going to be some things that you definitely want to change within even blog posts like these. Next up is emails. So emails are super important, and emails are something that a lot of people don't even pay attention to, especially, or what I'm really talking about that they don't pay attention to is the transactional emails, right? So you can definitely use ChatGPT to rewrite some transactional emails. So you could always do things like rewrite something. So rewrite this in a more, I don't know, fun tone. So let's go and grab some of those transactional emails. Okay, so if we go to settings and then we jump to notifications, here you will see all of the, what I call like transactional emails, right? So there's a lot of different things in here. But for example, let's just grab the very first one, the order confirmation. When you click on it, this will actually give you a breakdown of how that email actually looks. Obviously, there's not too much to it, but this right here, we can actually copy this, go back over here, and then I always like to put it into quotations, but I've actually done it without the quotations for the prompt, and it does a good job of recognizing what is the actual content that it's trying to rewrite. So rewrite this in a more fun tone, and then again, you can give it more context. This is a order confirmation email for my Shopify store. Very cool. So instead of the thank you for your purchase or getting your order ready to be shipped, we will notify you, right? It goes, yay, you did it. Thanks for snagging some goodies from our store. We're buzzing with excitement to get your order ready and shipped to you ASAP. You'll be the first to know when your fab new items are en route to their new home. So, and again, it's because I said make it more of a fun tone. So if your brand matches with more of a fun tone, then these transactional emails, these are like, the first thing after a customer decides that they want to do business with you, this is the first thing that they're getting. And this transactional email, this is very bland and generic. And if they bought from other Shopify stores before and they also didn't change it, then they're gonna get the same look and feel and the same tone than all these other stores, right? So I would highly suggest to change some of your transactional emails, and even moving forward, right, your regular campaigns as well. Just use ChatGPT to just kind of help you out, right, with different things when it comes to that written content. Now, in order to just change that, we can technically copy all this, and then back over here where we're looking at the preview of that, we can actually click on edit the code. And then this might be a little bit tricky, right? Because you're dealing here with HTML, but right within the code, the HTML and the brackets, you'll see the messaging, right? So that says thank you for your purchase. And then right within here, you'll see the rest of the message. So it may be that you need to sort of grab it like almost like a sentence by sentence, because the way this works is like, depending if the payment information went through, then it might switch it to say something different. But very simply, like, you would just want to copy and paste your information right within here. Because obviously, if you can see right here within the code, it says like when it's actually pickup, right, the verbiage should change a little bit. So it may be that, yeah, you need to grab it on a sentence by sentence, right, and go back to ChatGPT to get those sentences sort of rewritten for you. Now, after you're done going through your transactional emails, like I said, I would highly recommend using this for your regular campaigns as well. Hey, I want to talk to you real quick about the website VIP day process that we just started. We're still in a waitlist sort of period. So if you're interested in getting a Shopify store from the ground up to actually launch in one day, then make sure to click the link in the description below to get signed up. All right, and lastly, what you can use ChatGPT for is general website content. So think about your hero section. Even within that hero section, you have a title, you have a subtitle, you have a call to action, all of which we can actually ask ChatGPT to actually write. Make sure to always give it context to the prompt. So for something like that, you can do all of them right within here. So write me a headline, subheadline, and call to action. Write me 4 options for a headline, subheadline, and call to action for a hero. And again, I gave it a lot of context in here. So I said, write me 4 options for a headline, subheadline, and call to action for a hero section on my Shopify store. I am currently pushing my new collection for floral spring dresses. Let's see what it comes up with. The beauty of it is also it gives you, it sort of breaks down the content for you very nicely. Option 1, headline, subheadline, call to action. So bloom into spring with our floral dress collection, fresh styles for a fresh season. Shop now. Bring into style with our floral dress collection. Find your perfect look for the season. Shop the collection. So yeah, I mean, this is awesome. This is great. It's actually giving you all the information right within there. And this is just an example so that you don't have to go in and say like, write me the headline, then go and write me the subheadline, then write me the call to action. It's actually pretty smart. It knows, right, that these things sort of come together in a hero section. So after that, if you don't do the hero, then make sure that you change the subscribe section. This is like one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to Shopify stores is typically at the footer, you will have the subscribe to the newsletter, and it always says the same thing. It's like subscribe to keep up to date with new product launches and discounts or something like that. And it's always very generic, and it's just like, I hate it. I hate it so much. So I would highly suggest to come in here and just ask for different options, ask for the tonality depending on your brand and how you portray yourself and talk to your customers, and make sure that you just tweak that a little bit. Even more than that, and this is what I always recommend, is changing that generic text to something more like you're actually more actionable thing that you're gonna get, right? So either a 10% discount or a free shipping code right after you submit. That's gonna be more powerful than just having some kind of generic text right within there. Obviously, after you do those two, then about page and a miscellaneous text. If you see the store right here, we have it very much bare bones, but we have that hero section that we just talked about here. We have our featured product section. We have collages, so we have different columns. We have a mission. Like all these things you can actually plug into ChatGPT and get answers to. Again, as always, just make sure that you give it context, give it as much information as possible. Now, I know you've probably been waiting for this, or you probably even forgot about this, but the tool that I was gonna talk about, or I talked about in the beginning of the video, is Quillbot. Now, we use Quillbot to help paraphrase different content. So even after you get the information from ChatGPT, it might be a good idea to run it through Quillbot so you get different options, different ideas, and different things. So let's just say, let's just grab the transactional email that we had in here, and very simply we can just copy and paste that in here, click on paraphrase, and we didn't change any of the settings or anything, but as you can see, it's already changing. So, yay, you succeeded. We appreciate you purchasing some treats from our shop. We're giddy with anticipation to prepare your order. So again, it's sort of grabbing synonyms, right, for a lot of the words. Sometimes it actually rewrites the content completely. And as you can see here, you can actually, you have the option to change the synonyms, right? Fewer changes or more changes. And then with the paid or the upgrade to premium version of Quillbot, you can do a lot of different things like changing the fluency or make it more formal or make something a little bit simpler, more creative, expanding on it. All these things where you could technically do with ChatGPT, but again, just kind of getting a different option. The cool thing about it too is like you can actually click on any words or anything that you see right within here, and then just change it really, really easily. So before you sort of copy and paste it, you can, in here manipulate some of the words that are in orange or in blue to change the whole phrasing of how it works. And even if something doesn't necessarily work for you, you can actually rephrase it again and give you a lot of different options. So super powerful, the combination of ChatGPT and something like Quillbot. Quillbot also has a lot of different other features, not just the paraphraser, like the grammar check, plagiarism check, summarizer, etc. So excellent AI tools coming out that will definitely save you a lot of time. And that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to use these tools to ensure that we can use our Shopify stores a lot easier. If you really like this video, then I want you to comment down below that you want to see more AI tools, because we have a lot of AI tools, but because we haven't talked about them before, I wanted to start with sort of the king, right? The one that started it all, which is ChatGPT, and just show you a little glimpse of how we're actually using it. But if you're interested in more tools, maybe some apps, leave a comment down below that you want to see and watch that video next, so we can make it for you faster. I think that's it. That's all I have. You definitely want to watch this video next. That's for sure.